break the whole mechanism.
All right, we started a game of Jeopardy for review, and I forgot to turn this on. So we are partway into the game, and there won't be anything for you to look at. So just listen. The question before us can still be buzzed in on, and that is tax placed on goods made within a country. Everybody, make sure you say your answers loudly enough to be recorded. No one else wants to venture on that? The question is, what is an excise tax? All right, I think blue was the last correct question, is that right?
Yeah.
Blue was the last correct one?
Yeah.
All right, select again.
Important locations for 15.
And the answer is, nation with which the United States fought an undeclared war, purple.
What is friends?
That is correct, 15 points in the 1790s. All right, purple, please select.
What all is free?
Pardon me?
What all is still?
Everything's still there.
Important people for 15.
Important people for 15. The answer is Frenchmen sent to try to get the United States. That is correct. 15 points. To try to get the United States to fight Great Britain. All right, orange, you may select. Important people for 5. The answer is first president of the United States. Orange. That is correct. 5 points. Select again.
Who is George Washington?
Important locations for 10.
And the answer is city in which the Bank of the United States was located.
New York.
Put it form of a question,
What is
please.
New York?
That is incorrect. Minus 10. Anybody else?
What is Philadelphia?
That is correct.
Oh,
10 points.
yeah,
All right, select again.
Important people for 15.
Important people for 15. The answer is 2 men who were heads of the first political parties. Blue.
Who is Thomas Jefferson, and who is, like, each one, or just 2 people? And who is Alexander Hamilton?
Correct, 15 points. All right, blue, select again.
And affairs of the new government for 15.
The answer is the plan to pay the state's debts. Green.
What is Hamilton's financial plan?
That is not. Be more specific. Minus 15. Yellow.
What is assumption?
That is correct. What was the assumption plan? 15 points. All right, yellow, select. Is this your first time to get a point? All right, welcome to the game, yellow.
Important people 15.
Important people for 15. Now that they're in the game, they're going to try to rack up some points. Third president of the United States. Blue.
Who is Thomas Jefferson?
Correct, 15 points. Select again, blue. Blue.
Important locations for 15.
Important locations for 15, the answer is nation that still held forts in the area between the Appalachian Mountains and the Mississippi River. Green.
What is Spain?
That is incorrect. Minus 15.
Okay. What is
Think.
Britain?
That is correct. 15 points. Great Britain. All right, select.
Oh, important people for 10.
Important people for 10. A nickname of the 3 ministers who met with U.S. commissioners in France.
What is the XYZ?
That is correct. X, Y, and Z. 10 points. Select again.
Important people for 15.
Important people for 15. And that completes that point value. The answer is the man who worked to help Jefferson get elected by the House of Representatives.
Who is James Madison?
That is incorrect. Minus 15. Blue.
Who is Alexander Hamilton?
That is correct. 15 points.
We know.
All right, blue, select.
Important people for 5.
And the answer is first Chief Justice of the new Supreme Court. Green.
It was John Jay.
Correct. 5 points.
Yeah, mine picked that.
Green select.
Oh, shoot.
Important people for 5.
No, 15.
And the answer is second President of the United States. Pink.
John Adams.
That is correct. 5 points. All right, Pink, select again.
What locations for 10?
The answer is name of the federal district in which the capital was located. Pink.
What is the district?
That is correct. 10 points. Select again.
Important people for 5.
Important people for 5. That completes that value. The answer is man who refused to serve more than 2 terms as president. Purple.
Louis George Washington.
Correct for 5 points. Select.
Affairs of the new government for 10.
And the answer is what France demanded before it would talk to U.S. ministers. Blue.
What is money?
That is correct. 10 points.
Money.
Blue select.
Important people for 10.
The answer is leader of the Federalists who wanted the national government to be stronger. Purple.
Louis Alexander Hamilton.
Correct. Stronger than the state governments. 10 points. Select.
I really know all the much.
Important locations for 10.
The answer is state in which the Whiskey Rebellion occurred. Orange.
Pennsylvania. What is Pennsylvania?
Correct. 10 points. All right, orange select again.
What was the answer for that?
Pennsylvania. Everybody speak up when you're giving your answers, please.
Important people for 10.
The answer is diplomat sent by Washington to Great Britain to work out a treaty. Orange.
Who is John Jay?
That is correct. 10 points. Orange, select again.
Important locations for 10.
And that completes that value. The answer is place to which George Washington retired. Green.
Let's go. Mount Vernon.
Question?
Oh, what is Mount Vernon?
That is correct. 5 points. Select green. Green.
Oh, concepts to the New World for 15.
All right, is concepts important to the new government?
Yeah, I have no
For
idea what
15?
INT stood for.
The answer is the government's promise to repay the money it has loaned. Green.
I lost it.
What is God's plan?
Minus 15.
Oh,
Government's promise to repay the money it has loaned. The answer is what is a bond? A bond. All right. Green, were you the last correct one?
Yeah.
All right, select again.
concepts important to the new government for 10.
And the answer is capturing American sailors and forcing them to serve in the British Navy. Purple.
What are privateers?
That is incorrect. Minus 10.
What do we have?
Time's up. The answer is impressment or impressing. All right, Green, I think you're still selecting.
Affairs of the new government for 15.
And the answer is treaty by which Great Britain agreed to get out of the area west of the Appalachian Mountains. Blue.
What is the J Treaty?
That is correct. 15 points. All right, blue select. Blue.
Important people for 10.
The answer is leader who favored a policy of neutrality. Orange.
Who is George Washington?
Correct. 10 points. About 30 seconds left in Jeopardy. Select orange.
Important people for 10.
The answer is, the man whose goal in the first government was to make the government financially sound. Orange.
Who is Alexander Hamilton?
Correct, 10 points. Select again.
Important people for 10.
And the answer is, the leader who believes that state governments should be strong. Green.
Who is Thomas Jefferson?
Correct, for 10 points. And that time is up for single Jeopardy. Let's get a recap of the scores before we go on to double Jeopardy. So, give me your score as I call your color. Pink,
65.
orange,
25.
yellow,
15.
green,
Negative 35.
35. 35.
negative 35,
No, 35. Oh, there is a negative.
blue,
60.
and purple.
35.
Okay, so it looks like blue and pink are the near the top at this point. Well, now we move into double Jeopardy where the scores can change very quickly because the scores are doubled. As you can see, the categories are government of the people, important locations, the trappings of government, and the government's ideas and powers. And since green is the lowest at this point with and the only one in the negative of all the teams, point that out. You get to select first in double Jeopardy.
Important location for 30.
Important locations for 30. The answer is river that forms the border between South Carolina and Georgia. Green.
What is the Mississippi River?
That is incorrect. -3. Time's up. It's the Savannah River. All right.
You guys are all.
Green, you get to select again.
Important locations for 30.
Jeez.
I don't
The
care.
answer is
We have so much to lose.
the colony that refused to agree to the new form of government unless the other colonies gave up their claims to Western lands. We didn't really ever talk about that.
Was it on the top?
No.
All right, how about this?
These aren't necessarily things on the test.
Yeah.
If I say it and get it right, then we get the points. But if I get it wrong, we don't lose any points.
No.
No
All right.
answer.
Time's up. The answer is what was Maryland?
So minus
All right, Green, select again.
Important locations for 30.
Oh my God.
The answer is 2 states that did not ratify the Constitution in time. Purple.
What are Virginia and New York?
That is incorrect. -30.
You know it?
Green.
I didn't hit it.
We did not hit it.
It's blinking.
Yeah, it's because we
You
hit
better
it.
give me an answer.
What is Hawaii and
Thumbs up,
Alaska?
-30. The complete question was 2 states that did not ratify the Constitution in time to vote in the first national election, and that was Rhode Island and North Carolina.
That's pretty close.
Green, select again.
Important locations for 30.
The answer is
As a whole.
the site of the meeting called by Virginia to discuss the Articles of Confederation.
Steven!
Is it going?
Yes!
Green,
What is Philadelphia?
that is incorrect.
You just keep this.
Have mercy, please.
The answer is, what is Annapolis, Maryland? All right, Green, select
Important
again.
locations for 30.
The answer is the country that controlled the city of New Orleans. Green.
What is what is New England? Wait, no, sorry.
The country of New England.
What is Britain?
New Orleans.
What is Britain?
-30.
What is Spain?
That is correct.
Oh,
All right, Wayne, get us out of the conference here. Select.
Or whatever. Conquistadors.
10.
And the answer is elderly Pennsylvania delegate sent to the meeting to revise the Articles blue.
Benjamin Franklin. Who is Benjamin
Correct.
Franklin? Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin, to revise the Articles of Confederation. Yes.
Were any of these questions, like any of this have to do with anything we read?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I was just like, okay.
Oh,
We
okay.
might come across a few here and there, but
I think they're just random questions.
by the way, Ben Franklin is the only person, I believe, to sign all three major documents: Declaration of Independence, Articles of Confederation, and the Constitution.
That's all I got.
Let's see, who got that one?
Blue.
Blue, you got that last one? Okay, select.
Government and the people for 30.
The answer is patriot from Virginia who fought against the Constitution. That is correct. 15 or 30 points. All right, select again. There, pink.
Why do you guys care so much for 10?
What was
You guys
that?
care more about location than
For 10?
Yeah.
The answer is body of water that separates Europe and the United States. Purple.
Was the Atlantic Ocean?
That is correct. 10 points. All right, purple select. The answer is bodies of water used by many farmers to get their goods to market. What kind of bodies of water? Green.
What is rivers?
What is rivers is correct.
What is
10
rivers?
points.
Oh, 10? Oh, 30.
All right, green select.
The trappings of government for 30.
The answer is treaty in which Great Britain agreed with the United States to get out of the Northwest Territory. Green.
What is the JT?
That is correct. 30 points. Select again, green.
The trappings of government for 30.
The answer is national governing body under the Articles of Confederation. National governing body under the Articles of Confederation. Time's up. They have down Central Congress, but I think Continental Congress would be acceptable as well. All right, green, select again.
The government ideas and powers for 30.
That completes that number. The answer is the right to unload ships and store goods on the docks. And you'll think you'll get that
what is the port?
one. No,
Right here.
that's minus 30. It's not talking about a law, it's talking about the right to do it. The right to unload ships and store goods. It's called the right of deposit. All right, green, I think you're the last correct ones.
Yeah, we are. The government of the people for 30.
As difficult as that may be to imagine. What was that? Government of the people for 30? The answer is the man who invented the township method of surveying land. The man who invented the township method of surveying orange.
Who was Thomas Jefferson?
That is correct. 30 points. All right, select orange.
Government of the people for 10.
The answer is man chosen to be the nation's first president. Okay. Correct. 10 points. Okay, select.
Government of the people for
For 20?
Yeah.
The answer is man appointed by John Adams to be Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Orange.
Who is
That's minus 20. All right, I'm not gonna let you buzz in, but just as a reminder, he was the Secretary of State under Adams and was appointed Chief Justice before Jefferson took office and had to decide the case of Marbury versus Madison. He was a cousin of Thomas Jefferson, but was a Federalist. His name was John Marshall. He sat on the Supreme Court for 40 years, continuing to pass down Federalist decisions long after Federalist Party ceased to
Wow,
exist.
I wouldn't have thought he would be dead.
All right, who's the last correct question? Who selected that? Orange. Orange. All right, select again.
Important locations for training.
Important locations for 10. The answer is George Washington's home. Green.
Mount Vernon. What is Mount Vernon?
That is correct for 10 points. Select.
Important location for 30.
Jeez.
Don't like it, walk out.
The answer is, and that completes that numerical category. The state that did not send a delegate to the convention to revise the Articles of Confederation. Green.
What is Rhode Island?
Correct. 30 points. All right, Green, select again.
Government of the people for 30.
The answer is leader of the farmers' revolt against lawsuits that were taking their farms. Orange.
Shay, who is Shay?
I can't accept that.
Someone's getting in the hole.
It's minus 30. Anybody else? Time's up. The answer is Daniel Shays. It's not Shay, it's Shays. All right, who's the last one? Who selected last? All right, select again.
Government of the people for 30.
The answer is chairman of the meeting to revise the Articles of Confederation. Who is considered president of that convention? The chairman of the Constitutional Convention. Time's up. That was George Washington. All right, select again.
Government of the people for 10.
For 10, did you say?
Yeah.
The answer is the man who proposed the idea of the Bill of Rights. Yellow just squeaked in.
Jefferson.
Put it in question.
Oh, what is Thomas Jefferson?
Or who was he?
Oh, yeah,
For
yeah.
10 points, that's correct. All right, yellow, select.
What is left? What is left?
Government of the people for 20.
Government of the people for 20. The answer is Washington's Secretary of War. Yellow.
Henry Knox. Well, who is Henry Knox?
That's correct. 20 points. Select again. Yellow.
Government of the people for 20.
And the answer is man chosen to be the first vice president. Purple.
Who's John Adams?
Correct. For 20 points. Select purple. Important locations for 20. The answer is the 9th state to ratify the Constitution, putting it into force. The 9th state to ratify the Constitution, putting it into force. Time's up. It was New Hampshire. All right, select again.
Important locations.
The answer is first state to ratify the Constitution. Purple.
What is Delaware?
Correct. 10, for 20 points. Did you say 10?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I gave you 20.
Okay.
Select.
Government of the people for 10.
The answer is Washington's Secretary of the Treasury. Green.
It was Alexander Hamilton.
Correct. 10 points. Select again.
Government of the people for 30.
The answer is man whose notes tell us much of what happened at the Constitutional Convention. He's also called a big thing. That is incorrect. Minus 30. He's also called the father of the Constitution. Green.
Who is Benjamin Franklin?
That is incorrect. Minus 30. Yellow.
Who
was Thomas Jefferson.
That is incorrect, minus 30. Thomas Jefferson was in France at the time. Purple.
James Madison.
James Madison is correct.
Let's go.
30 points. All right, purple select. There is 30 seconds left in Jeopardy in the game.
Easy.
Important locations for time.
Important locations for 10. The answer is site of the meeting to revise the Articles of Confederation. Green.
Are you sure? Michaela says, what is Philadelphia?
That is correct. 10 points. Select again.
The traffic government of 30.
And the answer is,
Double Jeopardy.
under the Northwest Ordinance, a 6-mile square piece of land. Blue.
What is a township?
That is correct for 30 points. And time is up.
Let's go.
Put down your buzzers.
Go.
And while someone is adding up your scores, come and put your
Oh,
buzzers.
can we do final answers?
I was out of time. So it's gonna
We can even bet money.
Okay. This team has how many points? 35? 35? 15?
How many do we have?
The negative?
75.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
negative
75. What do you have?
What do we have?
What do you guys have?
Hey, Joey.
We have 85.
85? And like 85 is the highest?
Wait, no, did you add them last week?
I think so. No, you didn't.
Are you sure?
We have 70.
No, we have
We have 105.
Oh, we have 100? Yeah.
105. Okay, that team is the winner. Come on up and get a kiss from Mr.
Oh, yeah. No, you actually got that.
I better let them see what it means to get a kiss from Mr. Henry, so that they don't get the wrong impression.
Big old smooch.
Could have made a noise.
Came in, my camera was turned on.